Jumbo, and welcome back to the Daily Takeaway. We've been going through a series of leadership, and this is the third installation. And we've been talking about leadership. We've come from talking about leading ourselves, or personal leadership, leading the self, the individual, and then a place of leading the family or team leadership. Now the third level of leadership. It's not the final level of leadership, but it's the third stage of leadership, which is called societal leadership or even organizational leadership. And this is where you now lead teams of people, you lead groups of people. We've come from leading one individual to leading a team, but now you're leading several teams of people. And one of the characteristics of this stage of leadership is you've already mastered the values and the morals that you have and the beliefs that you stand for. And so what you're doing is giving direction to these teams. You're giving direction to these groups of people. And you're also giving societal solutions to problems that arise in the society or even in these specific teams. And so you tackle complex problems, things like unemployment, injustice, inequality, discrimination, hunger, all the way, spanning all the way to war. It depends on what scope of leadership that you are in. And this kind of leadership is leadership that requires godly wisdom. It is hinged on having the Spirit of God resting upon you. And there's one person in the Bible who managed to go through these three stages of leadership, and this is Joseph. He was able to lead himself nicely and well. He was able to be very diligent in who he was as a person, and then he was able to lead his family. And in the book of Genesis chapter 41 verse 38, Pharaoh asked, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God?" And because of this, because the Spirit of God has made all this known to you, there is no one who is so discerning and wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all the people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you. And this is the third level of leadership, and this is where Joseph was at. He was able now to lead teams of people. He was in charge of a whole country. He was in charge of a whole province of Egypt. And from this level of leadership, there is one more called enterprise leadership. Enterprise leadership is now leading so many industries. It's kind of leading countries or leading industries and larger scopes of teams. And this is something that we'll get to delve into in another discussion. But the three stages of leadership, remember that they're just planned as steps and stairs, leading yourself, leading teams, and then getting into a place where you can lead teams and leading leaders. So I pray that in whatever stage you're in, you'll remember that leadership is given by God. It can be taken from Him. It can be taken from you by Him, Isaiah chapter 40. And that in this place of leadership, the one thing that God wants is to shine the light that He has given unto you, so that you may influence people to be godly and to influence the people that are around you to be people who are Christ-like each and every day that comes. Be blessed and have a nice and a wonderful and a blessed week ahead. Baraka.